Hello everyone and welcome to the British Grand Prix. We are here today live and we don't have as many drivers as usual, but hopefully it will be a okay race anyway. We will potentially see some extra drivers join us for the race, but I am not sure. But yeah, this is round 10 of the e-FRC1 and we're going to get underway very shortly. It sounds like a car's coming out on track. Who will it be? Looks like an Alpha. And we have a Red Bull. Which Alpha? It's Flamings. And then we will have Oliver Coupe on his lap after that. Looks like the Secking and Eiger Pro might be opting for the medium tyres on their first outing. So we'll see how that goes. And so this is the long straight. We'll just go through a few corners. Nearly went off onto the grass there, and have to brake very late to try and make an overtake around here, and then set yourself up nicely for the next corner. Otherwise, you'll be risking getting overtaken again. This is the second straight. It's not so easy to get an overtake done, but it is a big help when it comes to slipstream. And then this is the run into the, I'd say it's like a snake kind of few corners. It's the Maggots and Becketts. Got to be careful that you don't lose your rear end here. And then we come up to a Stowe corner, I think this is called. And here on the left you can see that you can actually run wide on that green bit there without getting a penalty. So we'll see drivers taking full advantage of that. The last chicane until you go onto the start-finish straight, and now Flaming's picked up the pace. And we are underway on his first lap. Cross line into the first corner. Quite tight, but nice and tidy. You've got to be careful with that because it can make you lose traction on the exit of that corner. And did it nicely. Sorry about that. I'm just checking something. Up onto the straight. Going to be in rich revs. Actually, no, it seems to have backed off, I think. So we will go on to Oliver Coupe, see if Oliver Coupe has started a lap or if they've backed off too. Looks like they may have started their lap. And yeah, looks like they're on their lap. So we'll see Oliver Coupe have set the initial pace. Goes down the second straight. I think Oliver Coupe might be on a controller. That's why you see a little bit more of a twitch. And look like they might have backed off there. Yet they have. So we'll go to the next car. Sector 3, the Secking is in. Max Martin's in Sector 3. The Secking's in a bit further. Looks like we're going to have the Secking set the initial lap time. As they cross the line, what can they do? A 1:30.9, and can... who's the next one? That was Max Martin. Max has done a 1:27, so that's about 3 seconds faster. That's pretty good effort from him. The Secking is on the medium tyres, however, so slightly expected. And a 1:28 from Eiger Pro, 1:28.2 on the medium tyres, so he's expected to be slower, but yeah, he can definitely improve on that, I think. He has the capability. Last time race winner. Very good effort. I think he got pole position as well, so he went for the double there. Vulcan got a 1:28.5, not too far behind Eiger Pro. He's on the soft tyres. And PJ are 129. Oliver Coupe into the pits, and Flamings, the only current one on their lap. They run over that curb a little bit, not as much as I thought they would, but they still took the advantage to try and help them speed up. Very wide into that corner there, that might have slowed them down, but it might have been their driving style, and they get a 128.097, so that's pretty quick. We've got the two Alphas, 1-2. So, yeah, I underestimated that lap actually, so that's a really good effort from him. Thank you for following. Please go. Thank you very much. So that will be it for the time being, and I don't know if Oliver Coupe's coming out onto the pits yet. It looks like he potentially is. You can see the little guys in the garage animating. Yes, he will be coming out. So, we'll just watch on board because he's our last driver to set a lap time. So, we'll just wait for him, and we'll just go on board. Maybe. We'll just have a nice view of the track. For now, it's a shame that we don't have as many drivers to focus on. But that's how it goes in online racing. Not everyone can make it. And happy Black Friday, everyone, if you're into any of that stuff. And happy Thanksgiving yesterday, if you're into any of that. I think it was Thanksgiving. But just on the outlap, warming up their tyres, preparing themselves on the soft tyres this time. I think they're on the soft tyres previously anyway. PJ went onto the medium tyres actually, I didn't realise that. The Secking has improved their lap, but they haven't gone into the pits, even though their tyres are 3 laps old. So once again they've done that again, and it's a bit strange, but that's alright. You see Oliver Coupe coming down to the last straight, and will be starting their lap very, very shortly. Pushes now onto his first lap. If he can complete it, that'd be great. Just want to talk about the race start. So, there's not too many cars on the grid today. There will be one car at the very back on their own. They won't be next to somebody else on the track alongside them. So you'll get the rows of cars, and then you won't, on the back you'll see one car. So, a bit lonely, and that's Vulcan having to move out the way of Oliver Coupe there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there'll be one car at the back, and they might have a disadvantage. But because there's not as many cars, it will be easier for a few people to make some overtakes. So it'll be nicer. It should be cleaner because you don't have as many cars to worry about when being overtaken. Because instead of 11 cars, it's a lot easier with 7. So. But yeah, it might give everybody a bit of a better chance to try and get some good points. And at the moment, unless somebody joins us in the race, the minimum points is 7th place. So I believe that's 6 points. So that's not a bad scoring position. And Oliver Coupe finishes his lap. Where did he go? 5th. That's a 128.9. So that's a good effort from him. Who is on their lap next? Vulcan. Sector 1 for Vulcan, and Sector... I think PJ's just ahead. PJ is just ahead, so we will check Flamings actually. Yeah, PJ's ahead, so we'll just watch on board with PJ. PJ, the Austrian, had a funny race at his home race last time in Austria. Had some good battles, had a good finishing position. Unfortunately, he did have a time penalty, but at the very end, he had some last lap drama and had a few scuffles with Vibes. But it was all good because they understood each other, and Vibes apologised after that. He did give him the... Wow, okay, so he did give him the position back, even though he did end up in front of him anyway, but that was just PJ showboating a little bit there. Just managed to save that, actually. That was a little bit of a drift we saw from him there. And now he's aborted that lap. Will he go around again? We're not sure, but Vulcan now is going to be the next guy to set the pace, as PJ has aborted that lap. A bit hefty over the curb there, quite hard. Can he improve? Yes, he does, and that's second place. That's a really good lap. Once again, we see Vulcan doing pretty well in qualifying back to when he started, so that's really good effort from him. A 1:27.799. Who was he? Max. Max just set his next lap. Went very wide onto the exit there, and he... Oh, no. He was the one to set the initial pace anyway. I don't know if he's just improved, but Flamings has just went and set the fastest lap, a 1:27.531, so not too far ahead of his teammate, but that's them switched around the two alphas. Once again, an alpha 1-2. Yeah, in the chat it says, shame we don't have more players. Silverstone provides some excellent racing. I agree with that strongly. But yeah, we'll just have to wait till either the F2 season that we might be starting or the next season. Maybe I'll stream a practice race or something, or make even a quick Europe League, which will happen over a period of one day in the future. But that's how it goes, and unfortunately... not many races today. Meanwhile, we've had Iger Pro, a 1:27.248, so he's just gone and set the fastest current time. Still 5 minutes to improve though, not too long actually, time does fly by. And yeah, 1:27.248, so that's actually quite a bit faster than Flamings and Max. But will Iger Pro go into the pits again? He probably will, but he's going to have to hurry, I think. It's better safe than sorry. And that is... Flaming's being held up by Max Lags being put into the garage there, so that's going to annoy him a little bit. He will be going in now, but PJ off onto the grass. Was about to do another lap and has just managed to save it from the wall. That is actually a very... it's not necessarily good, but I say well done for saving it, because he saved a drift and he saved this. So he's done quite well today already, even though we're only in qualifying. The second onto a lap. A 1:29.16 they set. I think that's faster than their last one, so they're improving quite a bit. Can they challenge Oliver Coupe next time around? We will see. And they just go off into the grass, touch the wall. They will be able to go into the pits and replace their tyres and wing. Tyres, will they? I'm not sure, but... yeah, that's a shame. To slowly go off the gravel, just in case you spin the car. And they'll be on their way again. Meanwhile, we've got Max out on their lap. Can we see Flamings out into the pits? See another car. That's PJ. I don't know if PJ's going out or coming in. It looks like he's coming in. So, we'll go on board with... Max, as Max is on the next lap, and then we'll go to Flamings, and then all the way to Vulcan. As we like to see drivers on their laps. Yeah, this guy looking for a strong points finish. I have to say, very strong in street circuits, this guy. Flamings. I think we've just done Monaco and... What other circuit? Oh, we did Canada. He won there as well. But street circuits, very strong at a street circuit. So was Level Light and Rubert, but and this guy made it out on top. So we'll look again to see the next few circuits to see how well Flamings can do. But he has done well at fast tracks as well, like Canada. And this is another one. This is a very technical track. So will he be able to do it again? I'm sure he can give it a good go. And Flamings will be starting their laps soon. And actually, yeah, max lags. Strong racers, good qualifying last time. Had a few issues with the rain in the race though. Obviously, drivers didn't know that it was raining. And so they would have had different setups for the dry. And unfortunately, Max just spun out a little bit, and that pushed him down to, I think, 8th or something. And then he did have a collision later on in the race, which pushed him down to 10th when he finished. So 10th is what he ended up with, unfortunately, but hopefully he can do better this time around. I think he quite enjoys this track, so should be good. Onto the last straight. Let's just watch if he uses the Stowe corner runoff as I was talking about. He does quite nicely. That's PJ moving out the way there into the last chicane. Nice and tidy through here. Last corner, and what can he do? A 1 doesn't improve. Okay, and that's Flamings not carrying on with their lap. Yeah, Vulcan, sorry for moving around. Vulcan looks like they're going to be on their lap next, and we'll cross the line with Vulcan. Does improve, goes to a 3rd place, pushes Max down. Max is going to have to go round again. Actually, yeah, this is the last lap. They won't be able to go around again, so they're going to have to push right now. And if they've used all their ERS, then that's a big shame. It's possible, but it's a big shame. So that is Flamings. And Oliver Coupe stuck in 2nd and 6th as they've crossed the line. So there'll be no improvements for them. Eiger Pro will be on their last lap. A little bit of a tail whip on the back there, but looks like they're safe for now. And that is Max backing off on the lap. That will be Max in 4th place or lower. If PJ can stop him, and can the Secking stop him too? Which one to see who's on the lap? That's Vulcan backed off as well. I think Vulcan's backed off. It just looks like PJ is going to be the next one to do his lap. Then Eiger Pro, then the Secking. So watch for PJ. Can he improve? Does improve, but doesn't move up a position, unfortunately. So that will not affect the position that he starts in. And can Eiger Pro improve? He doesn't improve, but he will be in pole position. Unless this guy, the Secking, can get it done. The Secking got a tow from his friend Vulcan there, and then he moved straight out of the way, so that worked really nicely from him. That's allowed. That is a team strategy, so that's all good. And will it help him improve? A 129, almost flat, a 129.001, so that's helped him improve quite a bit. He's just off Oliver Coupe, but that is a really good effort from him. So, top 3. Eiger Pro, Flamings, and Vulcan. I'll go for 4, 5, and 6, and 7, as we don't have too many races. We got PJ. I'm getting this all mixed up. We got Eiger Pro, Flamings, Vulcan, Max Martin, PJ, Oliver Coupe, and the Secking. All on soft tyres. and ready to go for the race. We will see you in a little bit for a good race, hopefully. See you soon. We are back with the race on, the formation lap, ready for the race. Overcast skies. Looks like it could rain at any point. We will see. That will make the race a lot more exciting, actually. Maybe make the racing even closer. We kind of need that today. That would be good. Yeah. I'm sure the drivers aren't hoping for a wet race as they've qualified in with dry setups. So, just going to go through the grid. We got Pro, Flamings in second, Vulcan just behind, Max Martin in fourth place, PJ set them fastest middle sector, or yeah, second sector I think, but unfortunately only got into fifth place. Oliver Coop in sixth place. Second had a very good a very good strategy in qualifying with his teammate, but unfortunately did end up in seventh. Did improve on his last lap, but yeah, just at the back there. But hopefully he can make some overtakes at the start of the race. Actually creates some very good racing to watch. He's very, very fun to watch. Hopefully you can see more of that today. Nice clean racing. But we have these 2, 3, 4 guys who will be... yeah, well, these two guys will definitely be together in turn 1. Unless there's a dodgy getaway from somebody. Definitely, Raymond, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Even though you couldn't make it, that's fine. Thank you very much. And then everyone will be going for first place onto this first lap. So, we're very nearly ready. I'm trying to work out the best way to see. We see 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the best start? And it looks like Pro's got a fairly good start, but he goes very wide just to avoid Flamings. That's Flamings right off the track. He goes very, very far and he's gone straight into the wall. He just lost the grip, and that is him down at the back with damaged wing. He's going to go and have to go into the pits. That is good for Pro though. Less pressure. Yeah, a lot less pressure, as Vulcan will be almost 1 second down the road already. And that's PJ looking to overtake Max. Doesn't get it done, but that's very good effort from him. The second already up into 5th place. Move past Oliver Coop. Oh no, goes off. Just trying to go around the outside of PJ. But he got past Oliver Coop on the start line, and the Flamings unfortunately crashed out just then. That's such a shame. Be good to see them both fighting closely. But this guy, Vulcan, is actually getting closer. Gonna struggle with dirty air on this track. It's very difficult. But is gaining on this straight. This is very hopeful for him, especially at this stage in the race. It's only lap 1, nearly lap 2. But yeah, look how quickly he's gaining. He might even be able to get an overtake done on the big long straight. The first straight, not the start finish straight, but probably the first straight. We will just watch on the start finish straight. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything done. We'll go down the grid though. And this is Flamings at the back. Doesn't go into the pits. Feels comfortable with that damage on their car. I don't know how they're not DNF'd, because they went flying into that wall. But that's very unfortunate for them. Might be able to make a comeback on the end, and Vulcan didn't manage to get an overtake done. But this is Oliver Coop looking very, very close to PJ, trying to get him to make a mistake, and in fact he did. He just went over the curb a bit too tight. The second now dropped 2 seconds, or almost 3 seconds from Oliver Coop after that mistake, but hopefully he can make a comeback very soon. Rides quite wide over that curve, but you're allowed. You're allowed. iGoPro. Vulcan getting very, very close to iGoPro. Soon there'll be DRS, but it looks like he might be able to get the overtake done, like, now. Is he going to go for it? I think it's sensible not to. Just keep putting the pressure onto iGoPro. But he's going to be surely going for it very soon. So we've got our main fights. So these two guys at the front, and then we have Oliver Coop and PJ fighting hard. Vulcan went to set a fastest lap because of that slipstream, I think, but a 1:31, that's not quite qualifying pace, but that is actually very, very good for the first lap. Okay, so, Vulcan had a bit of, he had to correct himself there, but hopefully they'll get a good run. They got DRS already. Will they be able to get anything done? They just had they had a poor exit actually into that chicane kind of thing, and that compromised their chances of overtaking, unfortunately. But they will be for sure closing in even on iGoPro. They'll have slight slipstream here. No DRS yet. Looks like they're actually losing it, and iGoPro, as I say, loses it, and he's just lost a lot of speed onto that straight. Let's just watch with Max Martin even, sorry. And that's Vulcan, a 3-second time penalty. Just maybe getting out the way of iGoPro, but look, iGoPro's struggling with that setup. He has got DRS, but Max Martin hasn't actually, but iGoPro able to defend. Can Max go for the switch back and claim another place off of iGoPro? He's going to surely go for a dive. No, he doesn't. That's quite sensible actually. But iGoPro just struggling with the grip, maybe from the pressure with Vulcan. But this guy is at the front now. He's started from third. I know that he... a bit of a drift into that corner then. Had to correct himself. I think all the drivers are struggling with their setups right now. Never mind, that's a shame. But it's good to see some exciting racing. Let's just watch from McCloud. Can he get anything done? He's having a look. Can he? No. iGoPro able to close the door in time. No overtakes going to be attempted, and actually we've had the Flamings, we've had Flamings take the second already, making a comeback. Pretty fast racer. He will surely be fighting for the win at the end, but might not go quite that way. Vulcan does have a 3-second time penalty. iGoPro is gaining. And he's kind of bringing Max with him, with all the slipstream and DRS. But iGoPro is so close already. He's going to try and claim his position back on Vulcan. Is he going to go for the dive? No, he doesn't. He keeps it sensible. Actually forces Vulcan into a mistake. That's going to compromise Vulcan's run into turn 1. Or the last corner even. And can iGoPro make a move? He's got to be careful with the dirty air. And he's going to go around the outside. He challenges around the outside. He pushes Vulcan very tight on the corner. And pushes him off the track a little bit. Well, I think Vulcan had to do that. And actually, iGoPro goes and gets the DRS. Because he was in the detection zone before he overtook Vulcan. And Vulcan has just lost out quite a lot there. No DRS from him. Or for him. And iGoPro, that's one hell of a move. He didn't push Vulcan off the track, but he just forced him into a little bit of a mistake. Because, well, you know there's pressure when you're driving, and one hell of a drift from the car. A few lags actually as well. Struggling with the grip. Does manage to gain, and now he's almost oversteered and then understeered. That could have gone horribly wrong into that corner then. These two cars have got DRS. Will there be any overtakes done? Max looks like he's going to be the only one to make the overtake done. Looks like Vulcan might not get the best exit. Actually, he does get a better exit than Max, but Vulcan end up going into the pits anyway. Maybe he feels he needs some new tyres already. Surely you can see they're struggling with those tyres. iGPro now is able to have a 1.2 second gap between him and Max, so that's not gonna allow Max to have DRS, but it will for sure help him. And that's Oliver Coupe off of the track, unfortunately spun. Maybe he's struggling with grip as well. That's a huge shame, actually. This guy, though, managed to make it back up into 5th. And amazing that Flamings is already up into 4th. And he hasn't actually got a full wing. So he's going to have less downforce than everyone. But he's managing to, I'd say, go a little bit quicker. PJ, fairly lonely at the moment, but actually Flamings isn't that far behind. But just having a strong race. If he can keep this pace, maybe even improve it, he can probably get this podium and keep in front of Flamings. But looks like he just needs to concentrate on the pace. No drivers around him. Flaming's a slight threat, but not too much. As I was saying earlier, Max not in the DRS range anymore, as he was with Vulcan. So that's not gonna allow him to gain as quickly as he would like, and he is actually losing out now. He's in a 1.5 second zone, unfortunately. Sorry about that. It just looks like Streamlabs is saying something. Okay, thank you, Dylan, anyway, for sending that. Sorry about Streamlabs complaining, but thank you very much. Don't know how many viewers, because Twitch has been bugging out for me recently. It's not telling me accurate results, but that's fine. I think, yeah, look, PJ's gone onto the hard tyres now. Oliver Coupe's onto the medium tyres. We got Vulcan out, and he's onto the medium tyres also. And that's moved Flamings up into 3rd. Sorry, I didn't see that. I was just checking the chat. Yeah, so this is moving the tables around quite a lot. Flamings are nearly back up into his original start position. However, he doesn't have a front wing. He is gaining very quickly. Let's just look at the fastest lap. That's actually by Vulcan. So, not the quickest man on track. Maybe on this lap he might be, but gonna struggle with that, with those tyres. With the wing even, with the downforce, sorry. And yeah, the tyres will start to fatigue. A 131.8 goes Vulcan with the medium tyres, and Max actually went into the pits there. I didn't see that. He's out on the medium tyres also. Looks like the mediums are the main strategy, but we'll see. PJ might be able to do something different. I think Vulcan went in the earliest, so interesting to see if they're going to go on a 2-stop. Maybe everyone's going to go on a 2-stop, except from this guy PJ. Not the fastest option, but definitely could help him later on the race if everybody does do a 2-stop. Could mean he gets the win. Could. Sorry about the lag spikes, and we actually have the race leader in. iGPro into the pits. Flamings just going into the pits also. Going to get a new front wing, that will mean as well. This means the second. I don't think they've gone in. No, they haven't gone into the pits yet. But that they are going to be into the lead now. Move up into the lead, and this will actually move Flaming's Vulcan even. Will Vulcan get into the lead? Let's just watch on board with him. He'll just see Pro, and that's Pro. Look, that just must be heartbreaking for Pro. But Vulcan has been setting the fastest laps in so far, so that is why. He's very close though. He will be getting DRS, and looks like he's got a better exit. Straight on the overtakes. Looks like it could be a fairly straightforward one. The second, unfortunately, got a 3-second time penalty there. Pro got colder tyres than Vulcan. Vulcan's slightly older, but they'll be nice and warm. Grippy. Let's just see if Vulcan can counteract that overtake. Most likely going to try and make a comeback. Onto the next straight. I say that he goes very, very tight over the grass, and that almost put him into a spin. Struggling through this sector as well. Looks like he's a little bit twitchy with his wheel, and he's not got the DRS. So that's cost him a lot, but this means Max Martin, sorry. I keep calling him Max Lags. Max Martin will be gaining, and he's going to be happy with that as he sees Vulcan making those mistakes just then. Vulcan went very, very wide into Stowe corner there. It's allowed. I don't know if it was too far over though. I'm not sure. But we'll see if he gets a penalty later. That may be one of the warnings he has been given. Max went the fastest lap there. That's really, really good from him. Set a fastest lap in... I don't know. I can't remember what track it was, but he set a fastest lap in one of our races before. He's very quick today. He's in the DRS range. There won't be any DRS at this straight. He will get he'll be able to gain a little bit here potentially, but it's going to be difficult with dirty air through this part of the track going from sector 2 to sector 1. Going to have to be very, very careful, but looks like Vulcan's going over the grass quite a lot. Almost every corner there, and this brings Max Lags now with DRS. Can he get it done? He's going to go for the move. Goes around the outside. What does Vulcan do? Vulcan keeps it nice and tight, and Max goes wide as he's allowed. It did kind of give him an advantage, but everybody is allowed to use that. I have said so. You know that I count that as part of the track. Meanwhile, Pro a 1:30.7 as our fastest lap on the medium tyres. So, good effort from him. Wow, Vulcan just pushing it to the absolute limit there. I don't know if he could have gone any faster. Looks like he got a better exit out of that corner. Not out of that corner, though. Looks like he's going to try and get Max. But no, he's not. He's made a big mistake. Had a bit of a tail whip on the exit of one of the corners, which compromised his run in onto the straight. He did get DRS, but he's nowhere near for the move or for the overtake. He's going to be close. If he can keep within DRS range for the next straight, that will be good. But look, we don't. He's very close to Max, and this is going to make him struggle with all this dirty air. Looks quite tidy. It looks like tidier than all of the others, and actually Max is not very tidy at all on that. Vulcan gets DRS, a slightly better exit of that corner than Max. Is he going to go for the overtake? Pretty sure he will, and he dives on the inside, forces Max to go very wide. That's going to slow Max down, but not by much actually. Max almost spinning off there, really struggling. That was very, very tight racing between these two. Very good exit from Vulcan. Can Vulcan get a move done? Looks like he's just going to have to slot behind and trust that Max doesn't make a sudden break. He doesn't, but Vulcan did run wide as he was just losing the car for dirty air. That's a 3-second time penalty. I might investigate that, and I might take that away actually, because that isn't fair that he had to get a penalty for that. That wasn't too fair. Positions on the screens look like they're playing up a little bit, because it's not possible for Max to have... Oh wait, no, they haven't been playing actually. They haven't been playing up. But Flaming's in 4th place. He's out-pitted PJ. PJ looks like he's having some lag spikes. Unless Flaming's has just overtaken PJ. But Vulcan sticking with Max. Can he get an overtake done? A good exit from him. DRS will be wide open. And he's definitely going to go for the move. Max defends on the outside. Puts the Vulcan goes right onto the inside. I'm on the wrong fight now, and pretty much the same thing happened actually. Pretty much the same thing. This might go on for another lap actually, so not good for Vulcan because he's going to be running out of tyres. Not good for Max either because he's going to be slightly running out of tyres as well. This is risky for Vulcan because of the dirty air. And risky to both of the drivers because this is going to be slowing them down. And look, you can see Flamings is actually gaining a bit on to these two guys. So we'll watch how that plays in later into the race. Unfortunately, Vulcan wasn't able to... get an overtake done on that straight, but and that might be his ticket, which he has to try and get it done on that straight next time. But it looks like he might go for an overtake in here, or he backs off. That's actually a very wise choice, but he does force Max to take a different line. Max has gone very slow into that corner. Gets a terrible exit compared to Vulcan, and Vulcan is just going to take that position, or will he actually? Yes, he's going to. Max is on the outside though. He kind of has the speed advantage, but Vulcan can defend, and Vulcan is through. Where's he going to defend? He's not going to defend the inside. He's going to take the outside. Can Max counteract and get it back? Get his position back? No, he doesn't. Vulcan pushes him fairly wide, but that's scrubbing his racing, and that is done. Vulcan has got the overtake done. Wow. Wow. That's some extreme racing. Meanwhile, we've had PJ has actually disconnected from the race, unfortunately. They might be able to join back. They should be able to. That is an option, but if they can't, that is a shame. And look, we've got Max overtaking onto this straight. Fairly straightforward, actually, because I say that, actually. Vulcan going right, already overtaking him again. And now, oh, that's Max closing the door a bit early there, trying to squeeze Vulcan out. That's Vulcan's definitely not going to be happy with that. But he will have another chance along this straight, on the next straight, to get it done. He's going to have to back off like he did last time. I think he will. He does the same thing. And goes very, very tight onto the corner there. We need to take into account that these guys might have time penalties. I know Vulcan definitely does. I think he might have two. One of them will be taken away though, because it isn't fair. It isn't fair. Max actually defended onto the inside. But Vulcan still got it done. Max actually just tapped Vulcan there. No damage was done though. But yeah, that wasn't anyone's fault. That's just a racing incident where Max tapped him. But we will see who can get the overtake done. Max is pretty good with sticking with Vulcan into Sector 1. So will he be able to get the overtake done again? I think Vulcan's got a fairly strong sector in Sector 2 and maybe Sector 1 and Sector 3. and Max is struggling when he's got pressure from somebody behind. But this is Max's strongest part of the track. Vulcan defends on the inside. Max will be definitely going for the overtake on the inside as Vulcan settles back. But he's going to go for the switcheroo, the switch back, and Max is actually quite far behind, further behind than I expected. Yeah, further behind than I expected, but he's definitely going to be trying to go for the overtake on the next straight, but he goes very wide and almost loses the car. This is going to compromise his exit hugely. Just look at that gap at 0.7. If he loses any more now, he might lose out. And meanwhile, Vulcan going to get another 3-second time penalty. I think that's 9 seconds already. Goes very, very wide onto the grass there. And look, Max Lags has just got so much more speed than Vulcan because of those errors. That's such a shame for Vulcan, actually. That looks like about a 9-second time penalty, but I will take 3 of them off. So that will be a 6-second time penalty. We are on lap 16 out of 26. We've got 10 laps to go. And wow, Vulcan's really struggling with the car now. He's dropped quite far behind. Can he get an overtake done? Can he just quickly gain on Max Lag? Looks like he might be able to, as long as he doesn't get a good run. A bad run, actually, out of the corner. He does get DRS, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anywhere near overtaking. But he will hopefully gain on the straight and create some more great racing. This is Vulcan's stronger area compared to Max here. Max is still way ahead though. We might be able to see some overtakes soon. Vulcan's pretty good at the start of this section of corners, if you like, here. But we'll see who gets the best run. Oh, Vulcan's pushing the limits a lot. He went very tight, but he's actually got a bit faster than Max. But then he went over the grass quite heavily onto the exit. Didn't give him as good a run, but he does have DRS and he is gaining on Max. Will he be able to get an overtake done soon? I think it might take another lap to do so. Meanwhile, we've got Flamings, this guy, gaining quite quickly actually. And we got the second DNF. The second has retired from the session. Unfortunately, we won't get to see that. That's actually in Sector 2. So Sector 2, we'll look on Vulcan's car, I think, and wait for Sector 2 to come around and see if we can find the second's car. But we don't want to miss this racing, and Max has a bit of a drift into that corner. Vulcan might be able to get the overtake done onto this next straight. This will be nice and should be nice and straightforward for Vulcan. Vulcan DRS, where will he go? Max defends on the inside. Vulcan will be going on to the outside. Let's watch. He backs off, and that makes Max, he loses the car. And he goes very, very wide, and that's just going to slow him right down. That means Vulcan now, look at the gap, a 1.3 seconds. I reckon that's going to open up to a 1.5, 1.4 already. Will it go to a 1.5? Doesn't look like it. Yes, it has. A 1.5. That's no DRS for Vulcan. So if Vulcan can keep up the pace now, no errors, he will be able to keep a good race. Sector 2... I don't know where the second crashed. Just trying to look around. I think his car's probably already despawned, unfortunately. But never mind. We'll investigate that later on in the race and see what he has to say. PJ, my internet, he says. PJ's internet has disconnected him from the race. I'm going to leave you with these two guys, but I'm just going to quickly see what PJ does. And it looks like Max Martin is able to gain slightly on Vulcan. Max might be able to get DRS into the next straight. Max has got slightly more pace at the moment. Sorry about that silence, everyone. I'm just trying to sort out PJ because PJ seems to not being able to get back into the race, but he might be able to. I think definitely Raymond might be able to talk to him about it. I'm not sure, but Max isn't gaining too much on Vulcan. As I say that, he has a very good entry into that corner, quite a good exit. He's going to have DRS onto this straight, surely. He does. Will he be able to get an overtake done? I doubt it, but he's going to be able to gain quite a lot. He's into the 0.6s. He's probably going to get to the 0.5s, but he does get not a great exit of that corner. Let's just wait and see. That's a 0.8 again. A 0.9, so he's dropped from doing that. It looked good initially, but no, it's really not. He needs to stay in 9 seconds for the activation zone of the DRS. Looks like he's going to be able to do that. Vulcan's struggling, but so is Max through the S's. But it looks like there's going to be no overtakes done again. And we have a yellow flag somewhere. I think we might have had flaming spun or something, because he was initially, he was 10 seconds when I last saw him, 10 seconds behind Max, and he was gaining. So now 20 seconds, he's lost 10 seconds. We'll just look at stops. So he hasn't stopped again. Oliver Coop's the only one who has stopped. He's got Oliver Coop's done the 2-stop actually, now onto the medium tyres. Gone for another compound, I guess. Oliver Coop should be able to go for 6 more laps without pitting. Maybe this will play nicely into the race. PJ won't be joining, I don't think. Race control, Vulcan, another 3-second time penalty. Wow, that's gotta hurt. And Max is getting closer also. Eiger Pro, a pretty good race at the moment. Fairly strong. Just got 6 more laps to do with no mistakes. And he's got 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds to play with. But just take it slow and bring home the win. Max actually lost a bit on Vulcan there. Does not get DRS. This may be the end of the battle we are seeing with these two guys. Vulcan is now going to have the chance to get away. It looks like he might be able to do it. Sorry about the silence again. That's PJ saying that they will not be joining the race again, so they will be stuck in 5th place, or if Oliver Coop, no actually Oliver Coop will take 6th place, but PJ will get 5th place points as well, and Oliver Coop will get 5th place points, and the second will actually I'm not sure if they get 6th place, no, 7th place points or 6th place points. I'm not sure how we are going to sort that out, but I will talk to Race Control, well not Race Control, I will talk to co-developers of the league. Max is actually gained a bit on Vulcan now. Gonna be probably get DRS into the next straight. Nice sector compared to Vulcan there. Fairly good run. DRS open, gaining quite quickly actually. Vulcan went over the grass a little bit. Doesn't look like Max did. Also, Max using the track limits amazingly well. He didn't actually get too far over. I think he's perfect on using the track limits. But Vulcan there slowed down quite a lot, and there will be surely an attempt for an overtake by Max. Definitely on the straight, and he's going for the look. That pushes Vulcan a bit wide into that corner. Looks like Max is going to try and get a better exit than Vulcan, putting the pressure on. He's going to have DRS. Has DRS. He's going to go all the way to the outside. Vulcan moves out the way so he doesn't get slipstream, and he's going to try and defend. This is very tactical of Vulcan. He did not leave any doors open for Max. He's defending really, really nicely. He went to the inside and then just kept the tight line. And didn't go onto the normal racing line like a switchback, which would have enabled Max to do a switchback move, but there wasn't room to do that. So that was really good from Vulcan there. As you can see, Max just struggling with the grip now. 4 laps to go. Can he make it to the end? It just looks a little bit drifty. I'm actually very surprised that these guys are still on the mediums, and not on the 2-stop. But Max once again stuck behind Vulcan for another lap, but Vulcan is actually driving very, very nicely at the moment. Second place would be great for him and great for the constructor at the moment. That'd be awesome to see. Unfortunately, PJ won't be joining us again. PJ has joined. Will he be able to actually get 3 laps in? I'm not sure. That'd be actually really, really good to see. Meanwhile, Flamings into the pits. Very slow. They've must have accidentally driven it and set the pace. I don't know how it works, but I think if you drive in at a certain pace, it keeps that. So he's driven in very slow. That's slowed him right down. That's going to hurt him. He's on the soft tyres. He's probably going to go for the fastest lap. This means if PJ can get back in the race, get back in the game, then he's going to have the chance to overtake Flamings, as Flamings just gets out the pits there. You can see him just ahead. PJ. He's going to have okay tyres. Will his AI car be able to do it though? Doesn't look like it. He is only 2.3 seconds behind though. That is a true shame for Flamings. Vulcan, meanwhile, has been overtaken by Max Lags on these last 3 laps. 3 laps to get the position back. Vulcan has. Can he get it done? This will be great racing if he can. Max will be defending for his life. Hopefully he can actually get a 2nd place and redeem himself from Austria last time around. That would be great to see. Starting from 4th place, moving all the way up into 2nd place. And actually he's switched around with his teammate Flamings. Flamings, bit of a tragedy of a race. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him do much. So sad, but hopefully next time we'll be able to see him get some good battles in at Germany. Vulcan surely going to go for the overtake. He's going, he locks up. And he almost touches Max. He has to go wide, but he's going to go right around the outside. He's going to have a slightly better exit, surely. Not too much. He's going to have slipstream. He's going to go for the overtake, and that's Max. Max blocked him there. So that will not be a freezing time penalty, to be honest, because he blocked him quite a bit. Max does have to settle behind Vulcan, but I think Vulcan would have been there anyway, and Max gets a 3-second time penalty. I think that's the first one he has at the moment. Vulcan has quite a few more, but Vulcan definitely will get 6 seconds taken away, because 3 of those seconds weren't his fault from dirty air, and another 3 was because Max blocked him a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it at taking away a time penalty. And both of the cars there, they had a bit of a drift into that corner, which both slowed them down. It was like synchronized drifting. They were in two different corners though, so it's a shame there wasn't any more close racing there. But we got 1 or 2 laps to go actually, and that's Flamings. Flamings spun again, and look, that's Oliver Coupe and PJ taking the positions. Wow, that's gonna hurt for Flamings. Flamings now back into 6th place. Such a shame. He will actually get 5th place points, because if PJ doesn't manage to reconnect, that will move everybody behind PJ up. Looks like Oliver Coupe even will be able to get the position. Nice points there in 4th place. Oliver Coupe will be, as long as he can finish the race. But Max still fighting with Vulcan. He looks like Vulcan might be able to get away with it, as a few errors from Max there. It's not over yet though. Flamings, unfortunately, Max's teammate, has dropped right down to 6th place, and looks like he won't be able to get much done. And that's Vulcan! Vulcan's off! Vulcan's off! Oh, he just couldn't cope with the pressure and he spun off, and that means Max Martin will surely get this 2nd place. Oh, he's been waiting for a podium for a long time. Never got a win in this league, but will hopefully soon. Iger Pro, meanwhile, gets a fastest lap of 1:30.449. So that's really good effort from all of the drivers. Vulcan trying so hard. He's just spun off at the last minute. That's a 13-second gap now from Max, and that looks like it's going to be the battle over, unless Max makes a mistake too. We are on the last lap though. Oh, it's so sad that there's going to be no more battling. It would be great to see a fight till the finish line, a photo finish even. I've actually experienced the photos finish before when racing. Actually, it was with PJ. Meanwhile, Flamings, Oliver Coupe. Flamings has taken Oliver Coupe already. Even though he's spun. Wow, that's so insane pace. Wow. Already got it done. He is not happy with what's happened, and he is on the charge. He's challenging to maybe even get Vulcan. Well, 38 seconds. I doubt it. Flamings actually goes as the fastest lap. He has got some soft tyres on, which is faster than anyone else has. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to gain. He has got a good pace though. He's got the fastest lap point, and actually, Vulcan slowing down for some reason, and oh, he's lost the rear end. He's lost the car. It's struggling with grip a lot. Has he even got a puncture? I'm not sure. I can't see. But look, this guy, Flamings, not too far behind. It looks like Vulcan might have a puncture actually. We can't quite see. Meanwhile, the race winner, Iger Pro, taking the race win from start to finish. Awesome drive from him. Max Martin takes 2nd place after a great battle. Redemption from Austria as well. Flamings goes and takes 3rd place. Actually, Oliver Coupe's behind, unless Flamings can keep it. That will be his race. Flamings takes 3rd place after a great comeback. Oliver Coupe takes a nice 4th place, gaining 2 positions. PJ, even though he disconnected, he's got to 5th place. Vulcan, yes, looks like a flat tyre. Yeah, the flat back left tyre has burst, and that has ended his race with a not a great end, to be honest. He was on 3rd place, and now he's back down to 6th place. He will potentially get 5th place points because of PJ. PJ will also get his points, but well done for Iger Pro. Iger Pro takes the win at the British Grand Prix. 3rd win of the season, I believe. That's pretty impressive from him. I think it's the third win. But Max, first podium, I think, the first podium of the season. Really good from him in the other Alpha. Third place, another podium, not a win. Unfortunately, didn't get to challenge on the first lap as he had lost the grip and crashed. But that is the British Grand Prix over, and we'll see you again for Germany next week on Friday. Thank you for watching. I'll go for the grid last one more time. Iger Pro, Max Martin, Flamings, Oliver Coop, PJ, Vulcan, and the second, not finishing the race, but in 7th place, that's alright points. And I think the fastest lap went to Flamings, so well done to Flamings. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.